Gaurav, we were just speaking of how days on, since the Pahalgam attack, that deterrence needs to be built. How big a message do you think this will prove to be, where deterrence from Pakistan, especially of fomenting terrorists and with what happened in Pahalgam is concerned?
So, when you look at that radical Islamist mind of Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammad, they will take it as one more hit and they would want to hit back. But when you look at Pakistani society, when you look at the Pakistani army, if they are sane, they get the message that no area in Pakistan is now safe when it comes to India's response to Pakistan's state-sponsored radical Islamist terror. Because, for decades we've been told that Pakistan doesn't mind if you hit POJK or if you hit KPK, Pakistan-occupied Jammu-Kashmir or Khyber Pakhtunkhwa or Sindh or Baluchistan. Pakistan is Pakistan's Punjab province. And the Narendra Modi government taking a decision to hit both Muridke and Bahawalpur simultaneously is the tightest slap that can go across that Pakistani Punjabi Musalman face. And perhaps somebody like an Asim Munir is perhaps the person who's responsible for this slap across Pakistan Army's face, and that is why they will strike back. The manner of that strike back is that big question. Will it remain restricted to artillery strikes along the line of control, which India has seen years and years of, or will it be bigger?
There's news break coming in, Gaurav. Let's quickly take that news break. Now, word coming in that precision strike weapon systems of the three forces, both Indian Army and the Air Force, were used in the attacks, including the loitering munitions. The coordinates for the attacks on terrorist camps inside Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir were provided by intelligence agencies. The attacks were carried out from Indian soil only. Gaurav, that technical term there for our viewers, will you elucidate? In the attack, there was precision weapons that were used, including loitering munitions. What does that mean?
So, loitering munition is a fire and forget system. It's an artillery ammunition or a rocket ammunition, usually a 155 howitzer munition. When you fire the loitering munition, you fire and it doesn't just hit on impact. It loiters over that area, and once it's loitering over that area, it is waiting to spot the target. Once it spots the target, it's only then that it goes and strikes. And these are, in the past 2-3 years, India has really modernized its artillery. It's really modernized its air force in terms of not just the Rafale fighter jets, but the precision strike munition that is required to take down precise targets. It's not an area destruction weapon in the traditional sense of that word. It is for impact. It is to kill the adversary or the terrorist that you want to neutralize. At the same time, it does not destroy a large amount of area in that sense. So that is why this precision munition has been used by the army to take down targets, both by the army and the air force, to take down the threat. It's been talked about since the time of the Kargil war 25 years ago. It's finally with the armed forces and used to good effect.
All right, viewers, so that's the latest information that is coming in. I'm going to take our viewers through it again. Gaurav just elucidated the kind of weaponry that was used by India to strike these terror launch pads, taking you through them again. Precision strike weapon systems of all three forces, Indian Army, Navy and Air Force, were used in the attack, including what Gaurav explained were loitering munitions. The coordinates of the attack on terrorist camps inside Pakistan and POK were provided by intelligence agencies. The attack was carried out from Indian soil. India took 2 weeks to do this, viewers, and that is what needs to be deliberated upon. This wasn't a hurried strike. Intelligence agencies were involved to actually pinpoint locations which actually point out to terror launch pads where terrorists were holed up, and that was India's choosing to hit only those targets. It was, and as mentioned earlier, Gaurav, a joint operation by the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force. We also continue to have, I think, Sunil Ji Bhatt with us, and Shivani. Sunil, coming to you. The LOC that Gaurav and I have been reporting over the last 2 hours ever since this attack lit completely hot. What are the reports filtering in? Any casualties as of now across the LOC?
Preeti, what we are learning is that Pakistan has violated ceasefire along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir, Punch district, and even in Rajouri district. Pakistan is resorting to heavy shelling right now. Remember, in the last 12 days, Pakistan was resorting to small arms fire. But given the escalation now, Pakistan has resorted to heavy shelling, and even civilian areas have been targeted in Mendhar, in Punch district. So the authorities are on their job. They are issuing advisories to people, and the bunkers that have been built in the last 10 years, those bunkers are going to come handy for the civilians now, because those are concrete bunkers. There are community bunkers also in the border villages along the India-Pakistan international border, as well as
Right.
along the line of
You know,
control.
Sunil,
And
stay with me. We are coming right back to you because confirmation, Gaurav, now coming in that India has targeted JeM and LET headquarters in Pakistan, Punjab. The latest information coming in, Indian forces had selected, all right, the latest information coming in right now is that India has targeted Jaish-e-Mohammad and LET headquarters in Pakistan, Punjab. Gaurav, to hark back on the Pahalgam attack, the footprint coming in of the TRF which connects to the LET, and now LET headquarters being attacked in Muridke and the JeM in Bahawalpur.
So it's very clear the kind of attack that's taking place, that has taken place, is to destroy the head of that snake of terror. Jaish-e-Mohammad is headed by that Maulana of terror called Masood Azhar. Lashkar-e-Taiba is headed by that professor of terror called Hafiz Muhammad Saeed. Their headquarters have been targeted by government of India. What we are also now being told that it's a seaborne operation. It was a tri-services operation by the Indian Army, the Indian Navy and the Indian Air Force. No Indian jet has been lost. Pakistan is spreading propaganda, including by Ataullah Tarar, their information minister, who's going on Western media to say that 2 Indian jets, that is the Pakistani propaganda, were targeted on Pakistani soil, but they fell on Indian soil, is their propaganda. But that's not true. Government of India is now saying no Indian fighter jet has been lost in this operation. What's very significant, it's a tri-services operation, and that's significant because the P-8I long-range maritime reconnaissance aircraft of the Indian Navy can scan multiple targets across hundreds of kilometers away and then pass on that information to the Air Force and the Army to take down a target. That's the level of precision that's been used in this attack.
The main objective, Gaurav, that is coming in and word filtering in on that, the main objective of Operation Sindoor was to hit the top terrorist leaders of Jaish in Bahawalpur and Lashkar in Muridke. Muridke is where Hafiz Saeed is holed up, and Muridke was on target. So ultimately, one of the main reasons and on the hit list of Operation Sindoor, objective of Operation Sindoor was not just to hit at the terrorist launch pads in 9 spots across these locations, but also to take down top terrorists that have bled India for decades. That includes the Jaish and the Lashkar-e-Taiba.
You know, Preeti, this is such amazing information that's coming in about Jaish-e-Mohammad headquarters being targeted, or Lashkar-e-Taiba headquarters being targeted in Muridke. You know, right from the 1993 Mumbai blast that Pakistan's ISI sponsored, to the attacks that took place, you know, Parliament attack in 2001, IC-814 hijack when that Maulana of terror.
At various levels.
At so many different levels. 200 people had been killed in the 2006 train attack in Mumbai. Raghunath temple was targeted. Akshardham temple was targeted. All traced back to Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammad when their headquarters is targeted.
And we still don't know what the casualties are yet. We don't know how many terrorists. So viewers, we will get that count.
We will wait for that information to filter in, and this is information that generations will be processing. Imagine generations have bled in India. Generations will be processing this information of the head of that Hydra-headed monster called Pakistan state-sponsored radical Islamist terror. The only thing that's left to hit, whenever that is hit, is Para, the ISI headquarters. But beyond that, this is the biggest strike that has happened at Muridke and at Bahawalpur and at Kotli and at Muzaffarabad. You know, from POK to Pakistan's Punjab province, it cannot get sweeter unless you hit Para now.